We are blessed individually, one by one. That's why we excel no matter where we are found. Oh, the land of champions. The sun every day rises from the east. Even the three wise men, they came from the east, yeah. The earth where you live, yeah, they rotate towards the east, oh. The Israel were living in captivity. They never got their land with their ability. The hand of the Lord gave them ability. That's why we hail you. You are the one, you are the one with a halo. You are the one, the voice of Biafra, they sing. Oh, you are the one with the bendo. You are the one with a halo. You are the voice of Biafra, they sing. Oh, you are the one with the bendo.
Welcome to another live broadcast from New York City. We thank you for today. Now you with a halo, now you with a halo, that hail you well, and there is nothing anyone can do to stop what we're doing. All right, this morning I have a few clips that we need to listen to before we can open up and have our interactive session. I want you to all to pay very good attention to what we're going to present this morning, because everybody is now, and you will see the Biafran race, is that people that anybody can come up, open up his mouth and talk, and then we start talking about that person. Sometimes silence, they say, is golden, and I think we should be silent about these things, because if we can media when you start talking about it, the person, because sometimes when somebody's saying something and you keep quiet, it's like, let me use a very good analogy. Somebody comes home, finds his wife in bed with another man in his own room, in his bedroom, and he locks up the door and walks away. And then he comes back the next day, he didn't address it. 2 days, 3 days, he went as if everything was normal. You see, the uncomfortability of the wife, of whoever committed it, if it's man or woman, whoever is caught, and nobody's addressing the issue, it keeps you very, very uncomfortable. So when people come out and open up their mouth, somebody out there is brandishing a rifle, submachine gun, talking about the entire race, they're going to wipe them all out. Anyway, he sees them, he's going to kill them. And we start addressing these issues. When you start addressing it, the person is very comfortable. But believe me, if there is complete and absolute silence, if the lizard or rat, little rat runs around his home, he's going to jump. But when you start talking about it, now he felt, because when you don't say it, when you don't say anything about it, I'm sure the person is going to go back and repeat what he has said, say it again and again and again and again, hoping that somebody's going to address it. So let us focus on what is very important, not when somebody opens his mouth. And first of all, whoever did whatever he does, don't forget that we have a criminal as a person in Asurok. So all the people that he's going to welcome are criminals. He's not going to welcome any well-meaning person. Forget about it. That is not going to happen. He's going to sit down there and welcome people like him, that is like minds, birds of the same feather flock together, right? I don't know if I'm putting it right, but I think that's what they say. And so we need to really stay focused on what we are doing, and don't mind whatever anybody says, because we are being warned. We expect this to happen now. Whatever is happening to our people, unteachable here because there wasn't enough warning. We warned about this over and over and over. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it over without mixing words that we should all gear up.
Are going to go between now and Monday.
So far, about 16 buildings within the Alaba International Market have been marked for demolition by the State Building Control Agency.
Especially Igbo traders in Lagos. Those set to go, they will destroy your business. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make open for them, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying.
That all those buildings are going to go between now and Monday.
So far, about 16 buildings within the Alaba International Market have been marked for demolition by the State Building Control Agency.
Especially Igbo traders in Lagos. Those set to go, they will destroy your business. After that, they will take over your houses.
When you look at the face of the man who is making this announcement, those houses are gonna. He's smiling. It's so sweet for him. You know, it's beautiful. He feels very good. You need to see his face when he's saying, I wish you had a video. Look at his face, his demeanor, whatever he feels. Oh, I'm happy. We're going to deal with them. We're going to destroy them. It's okay. Whoever you destroy is the person that wants to be destroyed. They had the warning. They saw it coming. They had the wisdom of some of them who have decided not to leave their enclave, their villages, to build their factories and whatever is there. I don't know what makes you think that when you go to a particular place to set up, that's where people come and look for you. No. If I'm looking for something to buy, you don't need to go to where other people are crowded. You don't need to. They say, oh, there's market here. What market? The people are coming there to buy and then get away. So they don't live there. If they can go there to buy, they can go to any other place to buy. But it's just because we are short-sighted. I live here in America. I've been living here for a while. I know how long I've lived here. There was somebody I met when I was living somewhere in Brooklyn. The man is like, I was in his late 80s, and we were talking. You know, I ran into him and we're having conversation. And something led to something, and he said to me, do you know, I have not gone out of Coney Island, because I was Coney Island. I've not gone out of Coney Island in over 50 years. I said, what? So how do you survive? He said, why do I need to go out when everything I want is in Coney Island? If I want to go to the grocery shop, it's around the corner. I don't need to go to the city. The last time I went there was with my great-grandchildren when they came in and we wanted to go, look around and things like that. So when people know in your community where you live, you can set up whatever anybody has anywhere and live there. You don't have to build a mansion in your community, your home. Then because you want to be in Lagos, you go to Lagos, you sleep under the bridge. With all that dirtiness and the crowdedness in Lagos, I don't know what you guys enjoy there. So today they are now beginning to tell you they're going to pass more laws. It is a planned thing. This is a well-orchestrated plan, something that has been on. It didn't start today. It started with Babangida. He gave them money to Islamize, for total Islamization of your nation called Nigeria. And that Islamization thing hasn't stopped. He gave them 28 billion of your money to Islamize your country. Today you are crying. Now they want to show you that Lagos belongs to them. It's okay. Like I said before, it's good. There's nothing wrong with what they are doing. I don't see anything wrong with it. Somebody's saying, but they say we are one Nigeria. How can they not say you are one Nigeria when you are not thinking? They say it, yes. They say you are one Nigeria, there's no doubt. That's what they say. But are you one? You are not one. You are not one Nigeria, and you can never be. Nigeria can never be one because it is not. It's a British market, a market that they created for themselves, something that they created for themselves. They wasn't created for you. So, they weren't to handle it. The Igbo man or the Biafran man is now a toilet paper. Somebody can come up and open his mouth and say whatever he wants to say, and nobody out there to say this is not right. I remember in London, case in point, seriously, somebody was jailed. They call him Adekunle grandson. And what did they say? Because he's threatening a nation. He's threatening some group of people. Now the same British people are there quiet. Somebody comes out with a rifle and said he's going to smoke all the Igbo people out. And nobody in authority, except people who are just talking on Facebook. It's not relevant. It's not important. Those ones were equal. Those that are supposed to say something are not saying anything. And they will never say anything until it's going to get to their doorstep. It is coming. There are no two ways about it. Whether you want to believe it, you don't want to believe it, it's left for you.
I chop on wine. I be wapa. Are you getting me? What River State no? I did united as in the I got River State forever. Because I am on record. Ndona Sibo na River State constitute through 72% of the voting strength of River State. But even if you have number, you don't have unity, that number will be useless. The Fulani in Kayana, Nigeria is a minority. In Nigeria, they're a minority. So how come that the minorities are ruling the majority? How come that they're ruling the Hausa? How come that they took over a Lauren? So anytime you complain, you go back and ask question. Why are we not? It's not number. It is not because Fulani is Ubribu, or because Fulani organization and leadership. And that is what ADF want to offer to Ndona Sibo. Leadership and organization. It's not number. Nowhere in the world can number nache. A man who has 5 children or 3 children can organize his family, rule an entire community forever if they don't think. In a Lauren, in 1837, how did Alimi take over leadership of a Lauren from Afonja? Afonja invited him to drive away Alaafin of Oyo. He successfully did it, eliminated Afonja, and enthroned his dynasty. Less than 0.1% of Ilorin Fulani here that ruling the Yorubas that constitute more than 99.9%. It is our number, our strategy, our number in the area. You need number, but you need clear strategy. And that strategy is what ADF and Ohanese and other bodies need to work out. 2, Ana Mario, the biggest confidence Ndona Sibo in Nigeria, and I get Jishi Haki Kewo, Ndi Bibio, Anang and Defik. It is important we go back and read what the British government said about the Efiks and the Anangs and the Bibios in the Herwilling report. The Bibio man and the Anang man is a hard-working man like the Igbo man. He does not envy a hard-working person because he works too. And he found out that even when we're in trouble, they never abandoned us. Therefore, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to middle belt, but my concern is no here, I well. That is our biggest challenge. The reason is that if we have them, Yadi united, na anything that is difficult. Two, the Amainewo Kalabare, who supported Biafra as a special advisor to Ojukwu from 1967 to 1970, was sent on exile by the Spiff. He died in 1973. His remains were buried at Ikoyi Cemetery for supporting Biafra. They've not returned it today. It's important. The biggest abandoned property in River State, our property only Igbo, our property only Ijo. Nga the Port Harcourt Polytechnic now, and the chairman of the Polytechnic, wo property Franco Pigo. His private secondary school called Niger Grammar School, he built it. He was the administrator for Yanagua province. After the war, they seized it from him as abandoned property. I have spoken a lot about Nhemere. The target was not Ndona Shibu. It was to completely destroy the unity of the East. Ndonile na ano na mba mmiri bụ ihe a n'ishi ha ụhụ ndị Igbo. Asari Dokubo is my personal friend. Mana ya nọ na detention. Asari Dokubo wụ onye Abam. Aha nna ya wee di abalị. Aha Asari wụ Uzodimma. Masha Hari wụ onye ọcha ụgwa. Aha ya wụ Ibeneme. Briggs wụ Okorie. Alabo Grand Douglas wụ Okoma. Tan David West wụ Osuagwu. They are all Igbos. It was the war and the way the war ended. They were bound to deny their Igbo-ness because it was the only thing to be alive. So, we must be careful. We must do a detailed work. We can use the tragedy of the war and how it ended and what happened after to even unite as brothers with us. My great people, Unonyi Igbo Amobia. The father left Amobia in 1902 to live in Calabar. Okwaya Margaret that later married Dr. Ibu. We must carry out a detailed research about the Bendi Igbo. As for the Ikwere, like Ndani Oma, we have come out of fear. That fear has ended. The reason is that when you deprive you political power, you pay dearly for it.
Yes, you see what we are listening to. I didn't get his name from the beginning. What he is trying to say is exactly what we witnessed at the end of the war. You know, if you listen to the musicians of the 70s, the people that, you know, survived out of entertainment, started performing to be able to make a living because nobody had any money. 99.9% of us, none of us answered his real name. Why? Because he didn't want anybody to know you are Igbo. You just came out of the war. You have people answering names like Sam Matthew. We have people answering like Hoffner. We have people like answering Ike Peters. Ike Peters was not the real name. He has a name, but he couldn't just stand it. 99.9%. I'm not joking. Some of them are listening to this broadcast and they know that what I'm saying is very correct. Nobody came out with his name because we're trying to hide our identity in our own country. Oh, look at the people that are even criticizing we're going to kill all the Igbos. They were in prison with this guy. So he knows their real name. He knows what their name is. For how long will you keep this? The war ended over 60 years ago. You are still hiding your identity. You are still afraid that somebody will do something in a country that you call your own. Now somebody called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out, negated his life because he wants to show you that you are human, that these people have no right to do what they are doing. All we do is we'll go back there, connived with the same enemy and threw him in prison. We spent our hard-earned money that came out of 20 pounds that they gave you. Money that you made, I call it hard-earned. Money that you can account for. You will use the same money going to Kenya to abduct this young man and bring him back. But what have you gained by his being locked up there? Even worse, because it's going to continue. It's not going to stop. It is not going to stop. If you think that these people are going to hands off for what they have planned over these years, they will never hands off. Whether you like it, you don't like it, it is you that will bring yourself up.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet, right here. I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989, and this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia. Then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications.
The game is on. This is exactly what they're doing. We are telling you already, Biafra, we are not just mixing words. We are saying it, and you see it happening. It will keep on happening. It's not going to end. Eradication of total Fulanization of the nation called Nigeria, what they call a nation that is not a nation, a big market that the British man created for himself. He wasn't creating it for you. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Radio Biafra, will keep on talking and shouting and talking, and will never stop talking until they can insult us all they want, call us whatever names they want. But you know something, we are not going to give up. We cannot give up.
The only solution, the only guarantee for our future, the future of my children, the future of their children, the future of generation unborn is Biafra.
Do you know who is talking? The man with, this is why I said certain people need to be ignored. When they were businessmen, you see, for some of them, when the pocket is dry, they cry Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. When they get to you look at him going to Aso Rock to shake hands. Let us start this. I'm talking about his voice. This is not like we're making up. I want people to listen to the same person who want to eradicate the entire Igbo people, the Igbo race. Listen to him. Let's listen very carefully.
The only solution, the only guarantee for our future, the future of my children, the future of their children, the future of generation unborn is Biafra. If you are not in support of Biafra, you are the traitor. You are a traitor. You are a traitor. And the people, the generation that are coming, they will tell you if you are alive. They will spit on your face. They will urinate and defecate on their grave for betraying them. You come to talk, you are afraid. You are living livers. You are a coward. You don't want to stand up and fight. You want to remain where you are. I will not remain with you. Biafran army, the military of Biafra will be the core foundation of the Biafran people. Our military, they said, if you want peace, prepare for war. Their cattle are everywhere in our communities. They want to build ranches on our land for their people. Every law must be made for them. Recently, they put cut-off back at 1/8 over 400. It's not enough. They brought it down to 100 and 120. So that they will make the law to suit themselves and take their people into the university. Every law must be for their interest. What is your interest? The people who gave quick notice and people said they are not going, when they kill you, you will be in their grave.
Yeah. This is the same as Haridokubo. You know, internet does not lie. We will bring out more of the talk. When the money don't drive from your pocket, there's the opportunity. Somebody is almost dead. When you look at the person, he doesn't have life anymore. And he's still looking for this. See, grabbing, holding on to money. Money is so important to you. Money where you know will fit. We no good day of any use to you. You can't get up there. You can't run around like other people. You sit down like Buddha in one place. Defecate for yourself. Maybe down you You can't even walk properly. Somebody has to hold you. And you're still looking for money. It's just like the man they call Tinubu. I was watching the inauguration on the phone. And I saw plus the aide-de-camp or something like that. Somebody in military uniform touching the president, because you know what, the man was falling, so he was just like holding him so he doesn't fall. It's only in the zoo that we see things like that. I don't know where the president of a nation will stand and the bodyguard will put his hand, not that he's guiding him at the back, no, he puts his hand on the president. Touches the president, gets so close, invading the space of the president. We are watching it live on TV. Because the man cannot stand anymore. But he still wants to be president until he drops dead. We are watching. We are watching very, very closely to everything that is going on. And we know that sooner or later, they have already said August is the day they are going to settle whoever is going to be the president of the zoo. Fine, we are here, we are watching. When they give a date, they think the date will never be here. Before you know it, it will come. Then it will come, then they will realize that when they give a date, that in the other world, nobody counts the date and time, everything is now. Just because we are too far away from there, so our distance, it's something that has already happened. We are still waiting for it to come. It's just like during the independence, you see what happens in nations. While here we are in America, we are still in the old year. Some people are already celebrating their new year. It's the same thing. So let us stop fooling ourselves. Our people, the Biafrans, if you want to listen, if you want to take advice, if you don't want, stay where you are. Keep on fooling yourself and deceiving yourself and lying to yourself and thinking that things are going to change. It's no. We are the ones that will make these changes. And if you are not bold enough to join in this great surge for change, you are on your own. Stay on your own. Do whatever you want to do. And yesterday we listened to an argument when they spoke about referendum. I think on channels they were talking about referendum and they're trying to analyze it. You know, they don't want to speak up and say the absolute truth, the way things are supposed to be. They still support it, still want to give government the doubt one way or the other. Listen, man, you guys are journalists. It's a noble profession. It's a profession of, not the profession of a coward. It's the profession of somebody who wants to speak the truth. You go out there, you say it the way it is. You keep on echoing and echoing and echoing whatever your government is saying, even you realizing that the government is making a mistake. If are you threatened? You get threatened by paying a fine because you have said something. So that fine is what is keeping you and making you lie. They come in, they say something, they go to court, they get what they call injunction, which is not even the law itself, not a conviction, but an injunction. And when you get injunction, you start singing out for them. Oh, IPOB have been proscribed. You keep on singing and singing it and singing it. It doesn't down you to ask them a question. You got only an injunction. What has happened to the case? Why haven't you gone back to answer your case? That is why Nnamdi Kanu, who has been discharged completely of all accusations, is still there in your prison, and none of you is saying anything. None of you. You can open up and tell the government you are wrong. You can't do this. However, whatever happens, we are here, like I said, we are watching this event unfold.
And they said they are
so let's listen to this.
Really bring in a formidable force crying for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Please, what do you make of this story as we have it now by Ima Powerful?
Anyway, thank you very much. This matter, a lot of people know me within and without. I am very, very outspoken. Anywhere I go to, the opportunity to speak, I always speak on behalf of Mazi Iyke. I have never met him in my life, but the position on which he has been placed has become a source of concern, for me. Even though the Nigerian Constitution, under Section 2, sub 1 says that Nigeria shall remain indissoluble and indissoluble, whatever that means, I still feel that it is an iron-cutting constitution, in the sense that Nigeria is a country. The peoples that make up Nigeria, we heard about 250 languages or ethnic groups or whatever else we have, should have a reason for them to talk and come together. It is not something that you amalgamate. In 1914, that was where the word amalgamation, in 1914, crept into our, lexicon, political lexicon in Africa. Because amalgamation, before the British invaded Nigeria, was when two companies come together, Royal Niger Company and whatever come together, and they now form a company. That was how amalgamation was used for business and commercial purposes. But for political purposes, somebody from somewhere came and put us together and join us together. The contraption that many of us, even our forefathers, have described, as a geographical expression. Nnamdi Kanu also said that Nigeria is a giant standing on spindle legs with distended tummy. Even the British people, if you look at this Clifford, once said in his memoir when retreating and leaving, said that what we have put together, we found that is just for commercial reason, but politically, that in the next 5 to 6 decades, that troubles will emanate within this amalgamated, region. It's on record. We have it. So you find that the coming together of Nigeria, given the long time we've come together, and we've not been able to be as one, like other countries surrounding us, it behoves that we begin to talk and negotiate of our existence as a country. In the whole constitution I've read all over the world, because I'm a student of constitutionalism, etc., as the case may be, Nigeria is the only country that does not have, a clause of a plebiscite or a referendum in their constitution, expressly stated. A referendum where the people can, by popular vote and opinion, express themselves the way they want to do that. Now, the only area a referendum is mentioned in the Nigerian Constitution is Section 69 of the 1999 Constitution, where they talk about recalling, a senator, a House of Reps, House of Assembly member to their own place. If you can, insert Section 69, that through a referendum, a candidate can be recalled who is in the House of Assembly that is not doing well, that we can recall him. Why don't you put a referendum, as a main clause also in Nigerian Constitution to say that the parties that form Nigeria, I am a man from the South. I am not envious of those researchers or Southwest, as the case may be. I want to be in good coexistence with them. But if things are not working with us elaborately by being together, then we can sit down and negotiate. It's no harm. That does not mean I don't want to have peace with all of you as it is. As for Nnamdi Kanu, where in the world will a court give a verdict and you still keep the man in detention while you are ferreting for other evidences to prosecute him, new ones, just because you don't want him to leave? Let me tell you, I was discussing it with somebody the other day. Even in the US, do you know that those members of Al Qaeda that were arrested by the US and kept in that Guantanamo Bay, what happened when the International Court of Justice ordered the US government to release 2 of them? American government never wasted time. They released them immediately and let them go to their country. Why is Nigeria not doing that? So wise, as I'm saying now, is that this man has been kept. The Federal High Court, which you set up, release him. Court of Appeal, release him. Why did you not allow him to even beat 1 minute air of freedom before you now, arrest him for whatever purpose I don't know? That is the reason why you see that they are clamoring for it. Secondly, on this issue, why some have said he should be released, some are, glutonously, prevaricating, eulogizing themselves within the space in the National Assembly. Why can't the people, why can't the majority of lawmakers from the Southeast begin to fight from now onwards and say, this 10th Assembly, we want to amend the Constitution to include what we call a referendum? We also want the House to pass a vote that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. The reason why I'm saying this is more of the fact that only Nnamdi Kanu, which I subscribe to the argument of Imam Powerful, he is the only man that is in detention politically. The other people, even when terrorism came to Nigeria, America sent a list of Boko Haram terrorists and financiers. The list was with the government. They have not gone after those people to imprison them, but they kept a man who is agitating that he wants us to discuss and renegotiate Nigeria. Is it by keeping him in detention and prison perpetually, and when he's even sick, that you now begin to know that you are a country called Nigeria a side power? It is all vindictive politics as far as I'm concerned. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Once again, I say it loudly and clearly. That is my own postulations.
Can become a chairman in the and then you comment in the
yes. So let's listening and not the man who is shouting about his market that is being burnt. Let them burn the market because you people are a bunch of idiots. He says a political he knows more than everybody else. Don't stay there and fool yourself. Listen to the advice given by our leader Mazi Kanu. He had been given this advice. This advice has been given over and over and over. And you don't want to listen to it. That's your problem. So you stay there. They will kill you. They will come. They will do more. They have not even started. What they are doing now is just a joke. Nigeria is not a place. It's not a country. It's something that was put together by the British man for his own interest. And whether you like it or you don't like it, that's the way it is. And that's the way it will ever remain until you do something about it. If you think that it's going to bring it out of the quagmire that they are in already, people have said it. Nnamdi Kanu is being kept there because you are afraid, out of fear. You are afraid of this man, one man that is an army. Nnamdi Kanu is more than 2 people. Oh, for you to none. When he comes in, say welcome. Una don't come. No, this is not only you waka come. This one una all waka come because he's one man in a million. There is nothing you can do to that man. You can try, go keep on trying. Or allow me and wow me or whatever is a government, somebody who have served the Zoo government in different capacity. He has said it over and over and over that the problem in Nigeria is to be the total Islamization that have been planned over the years, and that the government, Sani Abacha before he died, he said any insurgency that lasts within a period, the government has a hand in it. Of course it is true. We know that, because it has happened this way, and that is the insurgency, whether they like it or not, is them that are organizing the problem, and if they are organizing it, they are the ones that can bring it down if they want to. But they will not be able to bring it down because they are the ones that you cannot investigate yourself. They are keeping people in power. They are bringing in people that will not portray them. We are here, Kurukuru. I will watch the election and what happened. We the members of the indigenous people of Biafra. We are not interested in Nigerian politics at all. But sometimes we have to make reference to them. We are here watching the election. Not that we're not, for us, P2B or anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. Not even Angel Gabriel, not even Angel Michael or one of those celestial bodies can actually turn Nigeria into a country. No. Without going back to the foundation. Like it, take it or not, hate me for it, fine. That's your problem. It does not really matter. But we know that Nigeria cannot be changed because it was not created by the divine. It was created by somebody in England, probably half drunk the day he did it. Gave it a name, Niger area. And you think that God will bother with it? No. You created it, you stay there. God will say, you have free will. Bring yourself out of this quagmire that you're in. If you can't bring yourself out, then you have to keep suffering it because I have nothing to do with it. I've already I gave you a nation, a country, and you allow somebody to come in here and disorganize you and put you, create you and give you a name, and you expect me not to come out there and start talking about it. No, it's not going to work. It doesn't work that way, and that is the truth. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are having a rally in Japan. We're having a rally in 1 million man march that is coming up, and I hope you're prepared for it. And then also our musicians are taking a tour. These are events that are coming in and that we have to get prepared for. This is Radio Biafra USA 2.
This is my message to the world from my broken soul.
1 million march, 1 million march, 1 million march. Hey, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB worldwide, wish to inform the general public about the upcoming event that will take place at Finland on the 7th July 2023 at the city of Helsinki at Lahti, Finland. For more information, call Mazi Iyke Foreign Osiwu Committee Moderator +485 793 32439 or 393-511-74478. Mazi Tony Mokunye +393 207 215 826. Mazi Ndubisi Osuala Netherlands +31 68 486 0431. Williams Mwokedi National PRO of Finland +358 445 136 500 and Mazi Kalo Chukwuemeka National Coordinator of Finland and the hosts +358 452 340 432. Let's tell the world about Biafra and unconditional release of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Biafra is only asked for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone who sacrificed his life for you and I. Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for his people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. But make me to give you a clue in the morning sunrise.
Concert bell. Biafrans and lovers of freedom around the world. There will be an all-stars concert tour of Biafra artists coming up soon in Tokyo, Japan. This concert is aimed at spreading the gospel of Biafra to every nooks and crannies of the earth. We are bringing the gospel to the streets of Asia, and Tokyo, Japan will be its starting point. We are using this opportunity to appeal to Umu Chineke around the world to lend our music stars a financial helping hands to make this concert tour realizable. To make any donation, please contact Veteran Ike Peter on +18 45 344 7984 or +19 29 40 69 953. You can also contact Mazi Iyke Foreign on +39 35 11 37 4478 or +48 57 93 32 439.
And I want to add to that, if you want to make your payment, it's okay. So also okay to go to your unit, make your donation. We call it free will donation. It's not an MV. It's not money that you must have to. No, it's free will donation. Go to your units, wherever you pay your dues. Make that payment there. Collect a receipt and let us know. Inbox the receipt to either this Radio Biafra or any of the Radio Biafra platforms. It does not really matter. Inbox it. The receipt is what we need so that we'll be able to retrieve the money when the time is proper, rather than save yourself the neck of trying to make these donations, because there are people who are having a little bit difficulty in transferring money from whatever city they are. Biafrans, we are all over the world, so we are really how would I put it? We are versatile. We are everywhere, so it's not a question of somebody living here and they're living there. No, go to your unit, make your payment there, save your neck. We're going to the bank to make these transfers. It's not possible. So pay it into your unit, get the receipt, tell your unit why you're making that donation, what the money is for, and definitely by the time we need them, we'll be able to retrieve them. This store is just not for fancy. We are trying to send this message. You know how powerful it is to use concerts during the war. When we're fighting war, there were Jimi Hendrix out there playing concerts to raise money for Biafran children. There are many of them. Even John Lennon that gave up his Sahud, and Kanu Ibiam did the same thing. These are political statements that you make for the world, to tell the world what is going on. So taking on a tour on these musicians is part of it. Part of going out there to tell the world that what we are going through, to see to our plight, even though we are not hoping that any of them is going to come up with anything meaningful. Honestly speaking, they won't, as collectively, because they only come into your affairs, into your business, when they feel that they'll gain something out of it. Anything that they don't gain out of, they don't talk about. Why do you think they will talk about you when actually Biafra land, or Biafra itself, is a very big market for the British people? They created it. They have to be milking you. Take all the countries where they are in. All they do is they go there, demonize the ruling government, and they are turning against their people. They are this, they are that. They have they have atomic bomb. They're going to clean up the world. They tell all that. They kill the person, and the story ends there. Their country becomes even worse than it was before. So it's a common thing. We don't expect them to come out tomorrow and condemn what is happening in Nigeria, even though they know that what is happening there is wrong. But they will not say anything, because it doesn't. It goes against them. This is their own creation. For us, we created you. So who told you that you can be opening your mouth? Wherever we want you to stay, that's where you're going to stay. We'll keep you where we want, and that's what have been doing, and they will keep on doing it. It's all right. We know that no matter what they do, eventually at the end we will excel. It does not matter how long it might take, but eventually it's history. All we can tell you as Biafrans is, it will be all right.
Good afternoon, my veteran Mazi Iyke. My name is Simon, and we're calling from America. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. May God bless every one of you. Those of you that are still alive, Mokike bless every one of you. We shall see Biafra. Our leader, Onye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, anywhere you are, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will be with you, will guide you. No matter the plans of the enemy, victory is yours. You will come out there, victory. You will come out there with your hand tied. What he told us that Biafra must be restored if we do what we're supposed to do. Mazi Iyke Peters, like what is going on in Biafra land now? Okay. The election is settled. Some people are still in court. What is our next move now? Home, our people. They are breaking the shop of some of them there in Lagos. That is really most of us started our life. But do we listen? We don't listen, but we still continue. This is time to look towards the east. This is time to look towards the east. But let me not digress much, Mazi Iyke Peters. Whatever that is going on now have been predicted, have been said. Sometimes when I go through some old broadcasts of our leader, early 2013, 14, before he was adopted for the first time. He has said it all, but we are still there. But we will continue. What we say is Biafra, nothing else. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable, and that is what we're gonna get.
Thank you.
Kabiyama will keep every one of you guys alive. You shall see Biafra. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Bye bye. You say?
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541, 845-23499, 7984-929-406-9953. Call us.
Think come is the prince, I don't come again, you know.
And the town's the big one.
Oh, promise to the success. Mama, your back. And the microphone. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is a referendum. 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 All we need is a referendum.
All right, I have a call at the morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters,
There, sir. Welcome to the program.
I am greeting, sir, our lecturer, or I may even call you my lecturer, because in fact I don't even know how to say kudos to you people. I know without you people, we will not live up to this time, or even if we are living up to this time, maybe in one way or the other, we will not be able to discuss with each other. So the people keep on giving you more strength and more years ahead until Biafran comes, because we know that it must, as our leader always says, that Biafra must come, and it will come in our lifetime. My brother, wherever you are, I'm greeting, but giving special greeting to our leader wherever he is, and wishing him long life, as I always said. Makana obundu bisi onye dere jindu change nata na-akọwa ihe ọ fụrụ n'ụzọ. I know that one day we will sit down and tell our stories. Tell our children, this is what happened. Our grandchildren, this is what happened. And the history will be circulating. Biafra have already made the history. And let me remind our brothers or sisters, whoever that is listening to me. My name is Mazi Iyke, the truck pusher. Whoever that is listening to me now, Biafra is like when you are hungry and you don't have any other option than to cook maybe yam or rice, whatsoever you have in the house. Maybe you are broken. You don't even have ingredients to cook your yam or your rice, but you want to manage it with a little oil and salt, the most important ingredient in any food, salt and oil. And you put that soup or that yam or that rice, whatever it may be, on fire. And it did not even have time to monitor it. He went and sleep or relax or went somewhere and leave it on fire. It will burn. That is when the hunger will start afresh. That even the hunger may even make you to go to your enemy. The person that you are not even have time. The person that is planning to kill you. And it will lead to give you poison. You die. That is how Biafra is. Now, if you are not supporting what is going on, what the building that our IPOB family members are, because we are still building, but we know that the foundation of our building is like rock. It started on top of rock, as our leader always says. And no man turn of a woman that can be able to push it down. So my take is this: if your strength is to bring block to serve as a messenger to the builders. If you are the job is to bring water, keep it up. Because you know that we are winning. We are heading to somewhere. We are approaching to our destination. Now, maybe one way or the other, 2 or 3 steps to reach to our destination. You fall apart. But you will not blame anybody. So please, let's just keep it up. Our leader is suffering for us. The other day he came to court. He said that he don't want Biafra land to be on crisis, that we should not be killing ourselves. That is why he is there, and he will be there until that our problem is solved. That is Biafra. We don't have any other thing or any other place to focus on than this Biafra, and it must come. So, Mazi Iyke, may you people, may the Almighty Chukwuka Biafra give you people more knowledge to be lecturing us every day, every time. My greetings is going to any other person, especially our brothers and sisters that are preparing for Finland protest. May Chukwuka be with them.
Thank you.
And give them more strength and more knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We're still here taking calls at 646 9204541845 3447984 I have another call here. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi Iyke. Compliment of the season. What I want to say, my name is Chris. I'm calling from Italy. We have seen what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria and the British government has completely flushed out our people in political arena. They have messed them up
in the political field. Then now they are working towards to decimate the Igbos, the Igbo race. That's what they are trying to do now, and they are working towards it vigorously, making sure that even common person in the streets in any part of the world will hate an Igbo man, as they hate Jews. Just exactly the same thing they're planning. It's quite unfortunate because if you see some of all these people doing something on social media, all this, some of these comedians, some of them are not Igbos, so most of them are not Igbos, but they will answer Igbo name. Some of them answer Igbo name. Some of them will alliate themselves to Igbo, because if you look the population of the zoo or where we are, you can see that the major people that have the population on social media are the Igbos or Biafrans. But for you to have fans, to have followers, you must alliate yourself either to the eastern region or you claim to be an Igbo person. That is why you see some of these people, they go to create their content, whatever they want to do as a comedy. Just the only thing to do is to mention her name as an Igbo person, and everybody will buy to it. The example of that thing, what I'm saying now, is one boy called Emeka fan page. This guy from he's a Do guy, but they answer Emeka on his page, and everybody he has friends of Igbo friends, millions of them, and that's what boomed his page. He become great through Igbo people, and the same thing is happening. They are trying to decimate the Igbo race, just like what the Nigerian Igbo Nollywood did, or Nollywood, yes. Instead of to use their what they know to promote our culture, they use it to destroy our culture. No film they act in the village that shows that there's good people in the village that live in harmony, that can work, join hands together, help their brothers and do work and do other things. They can't do such films. All they do that the people in the village are bad people. That's why they put scare. They make our people become scared of going to village. Some people will say, "I don't want to go to village," but your people are living in the village. You don't want to go because you are rich. Who will kill you? Nobody. This is what they are trying to do. So all I'm trying to say here, Mazi Iyke, we have seen everything going on within our land. We will find solution. And from my own perspective, this solution is we will look towards how to deliver ourselves from this problem. And what is it? We prepare ourselves in all angle. In all angle, even if it can lead to prepare ourselves for war. Let us prepare ourselves and get ready. Whatever came, either because Igbo people say, "I Egypt pusina about Ganogwe." The other mama, in your child or say, so we have to prepare ourselves. And being that the IPOB has been the mouthpiece of the Igbos now, or the Biafrans in general, over, we must stand firm. The IPOB leadership, prepare ourselves very, very well. Whatever it leads, let it lead there. If we start again, that is life. After all, there are people that may become rich, and at the end of the process, they become poor and start afraid. They can't keep themselves. So we have to prepare ourselves, because in this road, there's no solution. As we are evangelizing to our people, letting them know what our problem is all about, and educating them, and a lot of things happen in Nigeria also, helping us to know that, let them know that what we are saying is correct. So we have to prepare ourselves in every angle to wait for this, counter this problem, to face it out and solve it once and for all. Thank you, Mazi Iyke, and God bless.
God bless you too. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. I have another one coming. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke.
There.
There, sir. Good day, Biafrans. Mazi Iyke, I want to ask Nigerians, though they are politicians, they will come out and tell us they are patriotic. I want to ask them if they know the meaning of patriotic. If they are patriotic, their children are schooling abroad. Them too are in abroad taking their meditation. Do you know that this man they call Escobar, the rich president of Nigeria, he was not in the France summit he called another person to represent him because he cannot stand or sit for over 1 hour or 30 minutes. He now asked another person to represent him. That is what Nigeria will suffer. That is what every one of them will suffer. They will come out and say they are patriotic. If they are patriotic, Obiano will hand over before 1 hour is in airport to travel to US. He's living in the US, a patriotic politician or a patriotic citizen. Nobody of the members of his family in Nigeria, where he ruled, where he governed as a governor, it's a shame to every one of them. It's shame to every one of them. I'm still asking Iwanyanwu, you ask the Secretary General of Ohanege to go and check the damage that they have caused to Igbo man, to Igbo people in Lagos till today. Iwanyanwu, we are sleeping till today. We are counting all these things and we are putting records. We are IPOB, we never forgive or to forget. You came out. You now call Obasanjo that is a great man, what he has done for Igbo people. Well, Obasanjo stand to destroy Igbo race. But you, that say you fought the war, during the war you are in a boys' company. You are the one saying this thing, that Obasanjo is a great man. What he did in Igbo land, oh my God. You want a person like you, I don't pray for people like you to die. I pray people like you to have stroke all your body, where you cannot clean yourself, where you cannot eat, you cannot bathe yourself. You will be begging people to feed you, and all your children will hate you. All your grandkids will hate you. That is what I'm praying for all you that are politicians, so that you will sit on top of your toilet. You will sit on top of your feces that you have made. You sit on top and you eat on top. So that you people will see the suffer you have put on every one of us. You people, Igbo politicians went and asked the custom to come at the road to start escorting money from our people, both the police and everything. Made everyone running to Lagos, wearing their container in Lagos, selling it in Lagos. I know when you will not open any machine spare parts, if not in the mail, if it's not in the mail, before they can dispatch to every other location. But today, is it like that today? Is it like that today? By then, we must come to Newi to buy machine. We must come to Newi to buy any spare parts of machine, to buy it in the cheaper rent. Then you want to buy your Morocco, you must come to Aba. You want to buy Chesa material, you must come to Aba. Brazil, underwears, all those things. Africa, you come to Aba. These people went and led the customs on the road that made our people to go to Lagos. It shall not be well with all of them. They will never see good. Every of these people, I don't pray for their death. I pray for them to be alive, and stroke will paralyze every part of their body. May God bless you, sir. I stopped on my background.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541, 845-344-79, 849-29-406-9953. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good day, sir.
Welcome to the program, my sister.
Okay, and I want to say good day to my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and good day to Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Mazi Iyke, I want to say this. Yesterday, the 22nd of June 2023, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case versus the British government Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs and Commonwealth Office came up in the British High Court, the Royal Court of Justice, yesterday.
Tell us your name, man. Go ahead. Just tell us.
Okay, my name. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, my name is Nkechi. I was in that courtroom yesterday.
Okay.
And I now know what is driving Kanu, the way he was being addressed in that courtroom. He was there with his clique. There were about 7 of them, 7 vultures that gathered there. Kanu was there. Nnenya was there. And this little girl that they brought from Nigeria last month, I don't know whether they call her Neche or whatever, they said that set up some of our great gallant men, ESN, that led to their fall. She was there in the courtroom yesterday, and about 7 of them, and George Ume, who was a former coordinator in UK. So what I am trying to say is, the way they were addressing Kanu and the way he was bloating like a leader, that is exactly the position he wants to assume, thinking that he is now the leader of IPOB or what. But the reason why I am calling actually is to let us know that, you know, we shouldn't have hope on that case, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with the British government. Why? Because they are not taking it serious. They are saying that they are adopting a provisional stance. What does that mean? That they have not decided whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, about his rendition case, is against the law. You hear a British lawyer and the judges contemplating this, why Britain claims to be one of the founders of human rights laws and democracy, and they were one of those championing this international law against rendition, and yet they say they have not decided because, yes, that they are aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won his case, that the Court of Appeal in Nigeria has acquitted and discharged him, but that there is a stay. The Nigerian government applied for a stay, and that the case is going to come up in the Supreme Court in 14th September 2023. So they are waiting to see what the Supreme Court is going to do. If the Supreme Court says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, then British government will come out and say that his rendition to Nigeria, it's illegal. Or are they going to say to us, if the Supreme Court decides otherwise, they will not say that his rendition is legal? I was so ashamed of the British government yesterday, the way they were. You should see how they were. They couldn't even find a word to describe what they are saying. And I was there listening to them in shock. I was just shocked how they were playing with words, or that they are in provisional stance. They haven't decided whether his rendition is legal or illegal. What does that mean? This is the Royal Court of Justice, the highest court in Britain. Okay? And they couldn't decide. What does that tell you? They know that this is their citizen. He traveled on their passport. He was kidnapped and renditioned to a country where they know that he was going to face torture. And yesterday in the courtroom, they were playing with words. Even the lawyer representing the British government was taking it as a joke. From time to time, he would laugh as if it was a joke. But what I am going to say to them is that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says is going to happen to Britain. Yes. But when it happens to them, they would not believe that it was a little country like Biafra that is the cause of what is happening to them. Look at Boris Johnson. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said to them, you serve Nigeria and you go back in shame. Yes. Boris Johnson is in shame now because he helped Nigeria to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at him. They have just sacked him from the British Parliament. Okay? There was a committee that sat and decided that he should be sacked because the new Prime Minister said that Boris Johnson is trying to corrupt him. They have sacked him from Parliament and they have removed his pass, his special pass as ex-Prime Minister. He cannot step his foot into the British Parliament again. And who was the chair lady of the committee that sacked Boris Johnson? Her name is Harriet Harman. Who is Harriet Harman? Harriet Harman is actually Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's MP, just like his senator if he was in Nigeria. So maybe maybe Boris Johnson didn't want Harriet Harman to do anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but she has gotten her own way now by sacking him from British from British politics. Yes. Boris Johnson can no longer participate. So what I am saying to them is, whatever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu voiced out can never go back without being fulfilled. Everything he said is going to be fulfilled, and we are seeing it happening. You know, Boris Johnson can no longer play part because he supported Nigeria. He has served Nigeria and he has gone back in shame. Okay, so what I am going to say is we shouldn't hope on that case in Britain because they are waiting. Just like what Catriona Long said some time ago, that when she denied that the British government labeled IPOB terrorists, he said, no, Britain didn't, even though their own government, the Nigerian government, has labeled them as such. That's what they are now waiting to hear what the Supreme Court will say, so that they will come out and say, no, it wasn't us. It is their Supreme Court that said so and so. But how about your citizen? What stance have you taken so far? You haven't even come out to condemn that extra rendition of him to Nigeria is wrong. You said that you are waiting. You are on a provisional ground. Provisional ground waiting for what? That you no longer know what is right and what is wrong. You cannot see evil and you call it out, even though you are one of the lawmakers of this. Mazi, I am just calling to say that I was in that court yesterday. I was actually the only IPOB member in that court yesterday, because other people there, like I said, Kanu and them lot, I don't see them as IPOB members. So I was the only one in that court yesterday listening carefully, and I came out disappointed because what I had was nothing to write home about. But we're going to hang on in there and we're going to do it. And when we have done it, they wouldn't believe how we do it, because Chukwokika Abiyama is our God. Maz, I'm going to leave it here. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir.
And you too. Thank you very much for your report. That was wonderful. And yeah, we didn't know. I didn't personally even know about this case, but it's okay. Our sister was represented us very well, and she's reporting what happened there. You know, British people, for them, it's a big joke, and but nobody ever said that the restoration of Biafra was going to be easy. You know. It's not going to be easy. It will never easy. Nothing good comes easy. That's the way they sing it in the song. So we know that all this that is happening is a process. It's something that we expect, and we know it's going to happen. This is Radio Biafra. The lines are still open at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. Have a call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good afternoon to you from my end here.
Welcome to the program.
Mazi, my name is Desmond and I'm calling you from Italy, Mazi. Mazi, I want to thank you for your program this afternoon. And Mazi Iyke, I just want to say something from the update from our Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor on his meeting with our leader yesterday, which was the 22nd of June 2023. A part of that update reads that, let me just read what he said out. He said, Onyendu requested that it should be unequivocally made public that he is still under severe and excruciating pains occasioned by the unresolved tinnitus ear infection, which has defied the limited medical attention so far offered by the detaining authority, even as we are expecting the arrival of his medical doctors already approved to meet and interface with him. This is just a paragraph from the update from our Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor yesterday after he met with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to bring this to notice of Biafra that our leader is complaining very, very seriously about these pains, and the lawyers, they are making it very public as he is doing. You know, that's what it looks like, and the whole world, they are keeping quiet as if they cannot hear, as if they cannot see. Like you played a voice earlier today about the 1967-70 war and what our people suffered. This is an equivalent to it that we are undergoing through, because before, during the war, our people passed a lot. After the war, our people passed a lot, and we are still passing a lot till date. That is almost 60 years after the war, and we are still passing through this pain. And our leader
is in their detention, and he is making it very, very loud and clear that I have a problem and these people are not doing what they are supposed to do. And the courts have discharged and acquitted our leader, and we are letting the world to know, and whosoever it may concern to know, that this thing we cannot allow it to continue. And if this continue, it is going to spell doom for Nigeria, because our leader is not a small boy. Our leader is a matured man. You know what it means for a matured man to cry in issues of health of this magnitude. It's not something any reasonable human being or any reasonable government or any reasonable body should take and play with. Because if our leader was to be a white man or a British or an American man, they will not allow him to be in detention in this degrading and very, very painful and torturous way. And we are letting the world to know that this thing cannot continue, and Nigeria cannot continue to hold our leader while we are quiet. They are saying it, we continue to say it. They might think it's joke, but they should never forget that even the media blackout of 1970 was not able to wipe out all the whole Biafrans. Talk more of now, they cannot wipe us out. And what is going to happen now is going to be a shocker to the whole world, because we are going to fight with our last breath. We are going to fight with anything we have to ensure that Nigeria feel the pain that Biafrans has been feeling since 1914 until date. We are going to make sure of that. The sacrifice does not matter. We are not going to only fight to restore Biafra, but we are going to fight to make sure we inflict that kind of pain on Nigeria, on Fulani, on any government that has held our leader in this way. What we are saying, they should release our leader to go for his medication. There is nobody in the world that is being kept in this kind of condition under solitary confinement. They should release our leader to go for his medication. He has been discharged and acquitted by the appeal court. The UN Human Rights has said Nigeria to release him and pay him compensation. Umaya High Court has said they should take him back to Kenya and pay him compensation. Why is everywhere quiet? And our leader is in pain and is crying out every now and then. Biafrans must rise up to do something, because this is our destiny. We just have to do something. And lastly, I encourage Biafrans to continue to support ESN. Wherever you are, you must support ESN. You should support ESN financially. Verify through IPOB units, IPOB zones, or any other means that is being approved by HODDOS, and you support ESN for the defense of our land, and we must get prepared for what is to come. Thank you very much, Mazi Iyke.
All right,
bless you from here.
Bless you too. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541, 845-344-79, 84929-406-9953. Call us.
Wata waluboko wakunoja choneo nano faziao. Nja chokodio, anja chokodi neno wawate jori mao.
All right, I have a call here. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, my veteran. Good afternoon from Poland, Warsaw precisely. And I see the men okay for me. I hear from Omaka in all the province of Biafra land. Our leader, one and only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our memories of Shugu President, you not in the Zoom. We continue to love and appreciate him. And all his looking that do wonderfully well. And the left to forget on Sunday match, and I said, we will be on air. Dear fans, you must get prepared to listen to the good news, the directions, and what to do next. Mazi, based on what that our beloved mother, sister, that was in that court said yesterday, I am here with the national coordinator of UK. And after which, I will say something that is trending somewhere. The lies are being peddled by Simon, Eberima, Njoko, Autopilot, and this gang. Because this alliance is becoming too much. We have to speak up. Imagine it, please, can you just unmute yourself and speak to Biafrans all over the world? You are here now. Imagine it, can you hear me? Okay, if you're not hearing, let me go on. Imagine it, can you unmute your phone? Miss Wokro? Yeah, speak up. Mazi,
Mazi, am I coming out?
Loud and clear, please. Your air. Go on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi. Okay, Keroreke. Good afternoon. Great Biafrans. My name is Nnamdi Iyke Nice Mokoro. I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as the national coordinator in the United Kingdom. From the Midlands, my base in England, and also from the entire family of the UK. I want to clarify one thing quickly before I make further comments, and that is that the immediate and unconditional release of our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains our #1 priority. And that is the goal the UK family has been working towards. I also want to point out that every effort, sincere effort, it must be emphasized in this direction, this project, receive our blessing. And we pray that the blessing of Almighty Shukadiyama will also shower on that. In that wise, the outing in the UK yesterday, an appeal against the initial ruling of the case between Onyendu, as represented by the Kanu family, and the Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs in the United Kingdom, was clearly a matter that the Kanu family are solely in charge. However, we also have our solidarity towards it and wish the best outcome as long as it's to get towards the goal of Onyendu's immediate and unconditional release. So yesterday, as you may have seen, especially in the social media, that some people paraded themselves as representing IPOB. That is not the true picture. The picture remains that some of the people who were there as part of the Kanu family, as I said, were led on this occasion by Kingsley Kanu, also known as Kanu Kanu. And we also sent a few of our own genuine, diehard IPOB family members to show solidarity. You know, yesterday being Thursday, work day, a lot of people were not disposed to attend. We did not make it an IPOB UK family project where everybody can be fully engaged and involved, because we also have a very important busy day out in the next few days. But we sent a delegation to represent us to show our solidarity and support for a positive outcome. So people may choose to, as usual, disinform or misinform with certain pictures and certain posting on social media. Please disregard such. A lot of people who showed up there for photo shoots did not represent IPOB worldwide, neither IPOB United Kingdom. I don't want to mention names because I don't want to lend credence to people who, I'm sorry to say, without any iota of disrespect, do not deserve it. But all I'm trying to say, in essence, is that this case handled by the reputable law firm Bidmans on behalf of the Kanu family. They represent solely Kanu family, not IPOB worldwide, not IPOB United Kingdom. It has to be noted. So Kingsley Kanu is at liberty to pick whoever he wants to pick to show up in the court together with the solicitors from Bidmans, and that's absolutely fine. And we also, as great Biafrans, loyalists to our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in truth and in spirit, sent a delegation to show support and solidarity. That's what we did. So people shouldn't be confused by whatever pictures you see or videos you watch, and the connotations and interpretations, often misinterpretation that some people may give to it. This is very important to clarify. As I said, we are on a mission. We have been on this mission for the past 3 to 4 months now, which we call diplomatic offensive. It's a subtle move we are making to reach out to the heart and soul of the government of the United Kingdom, to awaken them to the fact that enough is enough. 2 years now, Onyendu was kidnapped, criminally kidnapped, it must be said, in Kenya. A few days' time, it will be exactly 2 years, he was most extraordinarily rendition against all international convention and rules to zoo without due process. So we have been doing this, writing all MPs, the leaders of this government, the Prime Minister, the Speaker of the House of Commons. We have been making this contact consciously. So on Monday, being the 26th, where we mark the darkest day in our annals, the day that Onyendu was left for dead, blindfolded, midnight, and extraordinary rendition to the zoo in the most bizarre manner, we are launching a mega rally as part of our diplomatic offensive at the constituency office and environs of the Right Honorable Harriet Harman, who is also known as the mother of the house here in the UK. She has been an MP since 1982, has been a top government official when Labour was in power, has great influence and authority, and can do and undo, it must be said. Incidentally, she is Onyendu's own direct MP, Member of Parliament, because Onyendu is her constituent. Onyendu and his family are officially registered as constituents of Camberwell and Peckham constituency in southeast London, which happens to be the constituency of the Right Honorable Harriet Harman. So we are focused on this. This is what we are doing, and we're also liaising with the office. In fact, when you called me, I was going to be in a meeting with her office because we have also officially written her about what we are doing and soliciting her support so that she can put in a word or two for Onyendu's release. We are glad some of these MPs are beginning to turn a new leaf. They used to reply us with the usual political correctness and righteousness. But we have now managed to get a lot of these MPs go in there to study the case of Onyendu, and many of them are appalled. All we want to do is to raise awareness, such consciousness and awareness amongst at least half of the 368 members of parliament in the United Kingdom to speak up against this gross injustice. We believe in our heart of hearts strongly that this effort will add up and give value to all the effort of IPOB family worldwide and other lovers of freedom to get Onyendu released. We believe that this effort will mount pressure on the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, and his cabinet to speak to zoo authority and talk to the criminal that has just been imposed on the country called Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to do the needful immediately without further delay. So this is our focus. And that is why we didn't waste too much resources and energy, in particular yesterday, to mobilize crowd to go to the court. We are not against the Kanu family in their endeavor, as long as they're sincere and honest, to release their brother and our leader. We are not against individuals, but what we're asking is that Onyendu taught us one thing: truth, discipline. Those who come to equity must come with clean hands. You cannot be parading yourself to take photo shoots in the name of Onyendu and his release, and at the same time,
Mazinis, can you hear me? Yeah, I want to. Yeah, something he said now. You are not against the family of
Can you please allow him to finish, please, sir? Please, just don't interrupt him. He's sending a message. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, so Mazi, okay, I know you want to have a good question to ask, but let me just bring it down. I'm almost summarizing. The point I'm making is that the case in London yesterday, we are not against it. Neither are we for it, because it's not instituted by IPOB Worldwide or IPOB United Kingdom. But we wish the case, well, the Kanu family very well, and we wish the matter to be resolved now in favor of our Onyendu. It's only going to add to what we are doing. It is not the be all end all of it, no? And I've said this on many occasions in our meetings here in the United Kingdom. Woe betide that person who we want to take glory for Onyendu's coming out. It is not an individual effort. It is the collectivity of the effort of Umuchukwu Kabiama, the ones with good heart all over the world.
Yes.
So, anybody who is genuinely doing something in good spirit, in truth, in this regard, I personally have my best wishes and support and solidarity for such a person. But anybody who is manifesting hypocrisy, in the daytime you are with Onyendu, at night you are doing evil against Onyendu, may Chukwu Kabiama send thunder to finish that person and their generation.
Yes, sir.
I think this is where I want to end for now.
Okay, thank you. Let me come in. The question I wanted to ask is this. We have a leadership and we have code of conduct. I trying to ask you, if the Onyendu families are doing something that is not in line with this leadership, these are the people, DOS, Onyendu handed the mantle to. Are you going to support them?
The short answer is a categorical no, Wachineke. And I want to also inform you and great Biafrans that even before sending this delegation, when I mean delegation, it's no more than 4 people we sent, to represent, to show support and solidarity, I cleared it up with my boss, the European rep, Mazi Iyke, and I'm very sure that he was in touch with our HOD, and we had clear guidelines of what we can do or not do in such occasion, and we followed those guidelines to the letter. That is why I said that our presence there was not pronounced, and we didn't go there to start showing ourselves up. And I've just explained that we have a very important program on Monday, the 26th, marking the 2-year anniversary of Onyendu's extraordinary rendition here in the United Kingdom. And we are not addressing this program to no other personality other than the person who is actually in the real charge of Onyendu's case in the United Kingdom. His MP, the one who represents Onyendu in the House of Parliament. So that is our focus. In this leadership in the United Kingdom, I have a slogan which I launched January this year, and it was simple 3 phases. Remain resolute, stay sure, firm focus. Remain resolute is what Onyendu taught us. I don't need to explain it. Stay sure is that if you are a member of IPOB family worldwide, you need to be educated. You need to be enlightened. If it costs you to do that yourself, do it. Be sure of what you're doing. And if you're sure of what you're doing, do not waver. Do not gallivate. Do not change from one place to the other at the slightest blow of the wind. And then firm focus is that keep your focus on the objective of our struggle, which primarily is the full restoration of Biafra. It has only had a branch, since 19th of June 2021 when Onyendu was criminally kidnapped. So that branch is immediate and unconditional release of Onyendu. The moment that is done, and it's going to be done very shortly, we will remain focused and firm on the main and single objective of IPOB, which is Biafra restoration. Because Biafra we want, Biafra we must get, and that is all we are asking for.
Thank you.
So here in the United Kingdom, I've tried to educate, enlighten my people to say, please, 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 do not be giving too much media saga or gossips or things that are not important. Firm focus on what our goals are. Actually, what our goal is, one single goal is, and that objective is what we will never waver from. But I must confess, in this struggle in the last 1.5 years, there has been a lot of distraction. Like you mentioned, Berema. It's a complete distraction. There have been a lot of things that are taking people away from the real focus we should have to bring about Biafra. And we are chasing shadows. That must come to an end. Every sincere Chineke must be firmly focused on what we want to achieve. And if you do that with all your heart, in spirit and in truth, we will get it.
Okay.
We must get it.
Yes. Mazi, why I asked that question, talking about distraction, there is a video everybody is sharing to, is having what they are going to have in South Korea. And when you watch these videos that he's sharing now, the members are sharing everywhere. This is what happened in the north. All this, but he's claiming is in Biafra land. And one thing that is baffling me, I don't know why this guy is sharing old video, what happened in the north. And he's claiming that they're happening in Biafra land. This guy claims responsibility for things he don't even know about, thinking that he's doing himself good, but he don't know there is a go-go. People can go and go these pictures now. This is what happened in the north, and is another way of deceiving people to collect money, extorting money from their people. They are going on tour of South Korea. All these things are audio. When our leaders, when we go somewhere like we are going to Finland now, we'll be live there. People will be visually seeing it. We don't believe in audio. This is the part of that distraction we are talking. And Mazi Iyke, Peter, Mazi Iyke, Peter, let me ask this: you were aware when our late brother there, Pierre America, Onyeka Ugonye was coming on air every day shouting, donate to PayPal and www.org. Yes. All this account is being managed by Nyanya. You know, when we are talking about the problem we are having, Nyanya is the state of the whole thing with Calendar now. They are getting married. He's his wife now. They are perambulating everywhere. Nyanya was there with George Mola. All those people that our beloved mother, sister mentioned there. These are the problem we are having. These men people, these 7 of them, these are the people that are trying to justify the money they spend in Bismarck and the one they ate in Kenya. And now all those shadows. You see how that have they come out? We are talking about the season IPOB money, ESM money. What of the money that is in PayPal? What of the PayPal account? What of that www.org? Yes. What happened? All these things brought to that on men there.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Martineke. You have nailed it. You mentioned names I didn't want to mention, but I want to emphasize that IPOB, as Onyendu taught us, has no room for criminality, no room for illegality. All criminality and illegality are the produce or fruits of the zoo and Janjaweed. Anybody indulging in them does not belong to IPOB. Eberima, in all he's doing, he's showing his true colors. I don't know how long it will take people to design.
Deceiving people everywhere. Yeah, not the This is
so anybody who at this point is still believing and following Eberima, I'm sorry, is either how do I put it? Either ignorant forever, or it's just not blind, to put it that way. So I don't even want to talk about him, because I don't know why people are believing him and giving their hard-earned money to him. He has not produced anything to show evidence of what he's doing to get Onyendu out. Instead, he's just busy promoting himself and the agenda of those who sent him. We know those who sent him.
Of course.
Mentioning their names here. The same thing you said about the people you mentioned, I will never mention their name because their reward and judgment is coming from Chukwukabiama. They believe Onyendu will not come out. They never believe Onyendu will be alive till this day. Onyendu is alive and Onyendu is coming out. And he's going to name and name them forever. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Mazi Iyke Peter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi Iyke Peter, my namesake, for the opportunity. Thank you, Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, I know I resent to the calling of these people on the program because for me, they are struggling and you are helping them by calling their name. You're spreading their news. We don't care about what they... Anybody out there who allows themselves to be deceived wants to be deceived. If you don't want to be deceived, first thing first, I don't care what they say. I don't read what they say. I know I'm focused on what I'm doing. We are focused. Any strong IPOB person will remain focused, should not allow any form of distraction, because these things are just distraction, trying to take you off the path. You know, when you look at this program, let me use it as an example for you. When I start a program in the morning and I open up the phone lines, and then somebody brings in something from nowhere, it's like bringing in a rotten egg into the midst of good eggs, and all of them look white. Now, the callers now focus on that thing and take us completely out of our path. That's what they want. They create... I was saying something about Asaridokuba this morning when people are calling. You go to Facebook, people are talking, they are angry, they will kill him, they will do that. Have you asked yourself a question? What if we ignore this guy and don't even say anything about him? Do you think he will feel good? No. Of course he will feel confused. I gave you an analogy. A man runs into his house, or a woman runs into her house and then sees her husband, or the man sees his wife in bed with another person. He quietly locks the door for them and walks away. And then he comes back to his house, and the wife is already prepared, or the husband is prepared for a fracas, and the man comes in and doesn't even address it. The first day he doesn't talk about it. Second day he doesn't talk about it. Third day he doesn't talk about it. Before God and man, that woman will want to run away or that man will want to run away from the house. Because you don't know what is in the mind of the other person. But because you're expecting a war, a fracas, somebody to come in and create something, create a scene, and the man quietly or the woman quietly ignores whatever happens and don't even want to talk it, even though he or she has it in the back of her mind. That's how we need to treat these people. Silence. Silent treatment. That's what they call it. They expect you to say anything and you don't say anything. The person will get confused. He will go to bed and will not even be very comfortable with whatever is happening. So that's the way it is. We are here to get our nation. And that our nation is Biafra. And for them to think that they can distract us with this little game that they are playing and we are dancing to it, then we have more problem than themselves. This is Radio Biafra. The lines are still open for you. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. I had promised you that before the end of the week, or this week that we're in, we're going to try to get new phone lines and change these phones, because it's only two of them that is working at the moment and we're managing it. Stay tuned, don't go away.
Ndị achọkọdị onye achọkọdị n'ụwa wata ejori ma onye mena wata ifu ya egosi ekekada wata wala ugbo ka ụwa bụ na oji achọ nna n'ọfazia onye mena wata ifu ya egosi ekekada wata wala ugbo ka ụwa bụ oji achọ nna.
All right, I have a caller. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Mazi Iyke. I'm calling from France. This morning, during the program of Chineke, somebody was giving analysis. Along the line, he made a mistake concerning a thing that happened in my village. Please, can I correct him, or did I leave it like that?
I don't know. I wasn't there on the program, so I don't know what you want to correct. Just say what you want to say and let's go.
Referring what happened some years ago, that it's Ojos or Kalo that caused it. No, it was not Ojos or Kalo that caused it. It was the issue between the rich people, rich Kaba in Abreba, and Noko. Noko is not an indigene of Abreba, but it's an indigene of Ohafia. But because of he make affiliation with Abreba people, and he loved our place. And when Noko become a rich man, he said he want to help all the whole youth that are not going to school, those are out. He started putting them in order and making them to become useful in the community. Along the line, Noko wanted to buy a boat, this cargo boat that bringing something from Europe to Africa. Along the line, those rich Kaba stole his money. Then the youth of the Abreba and the whole age grade, they got angry and burned the house of all those billionaire Kabas in Abreba. Is what they caused the problem. It's not the Ojos or Kalo. And also the man who gave the analysis used a word, a very slow word. It's not good to use a slow word because we don't have a tout or Ochebe boys. What we have in our land is youth or age grade. And when you touch youth and age grade, you touch the whole Abreba community.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
God bless you. All right. Thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I don't know about what Ojuzokala has to do with the program, but the man is crying and crying and crying his tears out because these are the people that are creating problems. That man is a crook. Let's be honest with you. I have a very, very clear evidence. We had a friend whom they gave an appointment, and this appointment, the guy later on he just decided to drop the appointment because there was nothing that they were doing there that was useful to him. So, but let them cry all their tears. What we are saying is that Biafra is our hope. Biafra is what we want, and Biafra is what we are going to get. I'll have to take one more or two calls before we call it another day. But the number here is 646-920-4541, 845-283-9665. Those are the two numbers that are working very exclusively at this time. But call us if you don't have any more thing. In a few minutes, take care. Mazi Iyke comes in. All right, thank you very much. Let's see the time. We've shut down all the phone lines, so we can't take any more calls at this time. Caller, good morning. I'm sorry I can't take your call. Whoever is there that is trying to call in, the time is over for us. Still want to remind you that in Biafra lies our religion. That's the only thing that we know. And on Radio Biafra, when you listen to us, that's where you get the truth, get the facts. No matter what they try to do, they try to distract you, they try to create distraction. Do not be distracted. Stay focused. Because all this is expected. When they come to my program and they are calling names that I don't want to hear because these are all distractions, if they have their own radio and they want to create something, let them say whatever they want to create. You cannot hear what they are saying unless you listen to those stations. And if you know that the station is lying to you and you're sensational, you love sensation, there are people who take delight. And they will actually echo asiri. They know the truth, but they will never succumb to the truth. They will rather stay focused with something that is useless and making all the noise and everything. So let us try to ignore these people that are trying to distract us in what we're doing and stay focused. Biafra is our thing. There is no solution to the problem in the zoo that negates what we are saying as Biafrans. We will remain focused. We don't want to leave this story to our children to carry on. My Biafra, that is a no negotiating area. Biafra is going to be here regardless of what anybody says. It's a matter of time. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is under the protection of the divine light, and there is nothing any human being can do to him that God does not sanction. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. With this, we bring an end to today's program. Please stay tuned because Mazi Alozie USA 1 comes in next. From here, from me, it's goodbye.
Lies our religion, the last hope we have is in Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukiki Abiyama. Let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukiki Abiyama. Let your kingdom